Coming in at $80, can these minimalist barefoot shoes actually be any good? Because so many barefoot minimalist shoes come in with maximalist prices, it's a little suspicious to see barefoot shoes for only $80. And can high-tech materials make shoes more environmentally friendly while being breathable and comfortable and just being good all-around shoes for the gym or walking around town? Let's talk about all that in this video. If you're ready, let's get ready to think right, move right, and feel right. So full disclosure, Lono did send me 2 pairs of these shoes to try out in different colors and sizes so I could get the right size and give you a good, honest review. They don't pay me for this review and they don't have any editorial control or input when I make this video. However, after you watch this video, if you decide that you want to get a pair of these shoes for yourself and you use my affiliate link, which is in the description box, I will earn a small commission, which will help support future videos like this one. And while I'm perfectly free to say that these shoes are terrible, I probably wouldn't spend that much time and effort making a video to tell you that. It would probably be a YouTube short. Or maybe I just put it on the worst social media platform possible, like TikTok. I really like the LONO FLOW as a nice flexible barefoot shoe. The sole is super flexible, it's got good grip, and it's even more flexible, I think, than the Vivo Barefoot shoes that I've messed around with. These are my Vivo Barefoot Primus Lights that I've had for a number of years, and the sole is flexible. It's very thin, but in some ways it's not as flexible as my LONO FLOWs, and the LONO FLOWs are like half the price. The other thing that I really like about them is that the upper, this whole area that's in contact with the top portion of your foot, is a really soft, very breathable cloth type of material, whereas on my Vivo Barefoots, it's like a really stiff, scratchy feeling material. And around the toe box, there's this stiffer material here, and right where the laces go through, it's pretty stiff there too. So it's not uncomfortable by any means, but the LONO FLOW just feels more like a really soft sock, but it's still a functional shoe that protects my feet a little bit, gives me a lot of breathability, and is just super, super duper comfortable. This very breathable upper material makes these great shoes, according to Lono, for indoor environments, which I think makes a lot of sense. These are great shoes for the gym, but probably not great for rugged outdoor activities. So that makes the LONO FLOW a good dedicated gym shoe. And if you're thinking, who the heck has a dedicated gym shoe? Did you know that in Japan, you actually have to have a dedicated pair of gym shoes that doesn't even touch the street? You have to use them only for the gym. And if you're wondering why, it's because the street outside, it's gross. Although in Japan, the streets aren't actually that gross, but in America, they definitely are. Like I said, these are really flexible, and I really love this upper material, really comfortable, and really easy to just slip right on like that while still feeling snug and connected to the shoe. I like them better than my Vivo Barefoot Primus Lights, but these are not my all-time favorite 100% the best gym shoe all the time, because even though these have great breathability, I still gotta wear socks with them, otherwise they're gonna stink. Now, Lono does claim that you can wear these shoes without socks because they're so breathable, but they're made of a synthetic material, and I've never seen any shoe, I've never had any shoe made out of synthetic materials that doesn't stink like crazy if I wear them without socks. So anything with synthetics, I wear socks. When I get up in the morning and I want to do a quick workout without putting on some socks, I just put my soft stars on, and these guys are made of leather, 100% real leather. So even though they can develop some stink, they actually don't seem to hold the stink the way synthetic materials do. So if I want to be super lazy, no socks, I don't want to pack socks on a road trip or something, I just bring soft stars made with real leather because they don't stink. But if it's winter time and it's cold in the garage and I'm gonna be wearing socks anyway, then these shoes are awesome because I can just slip them on like that and it's great. These are really flexible, comfortable, they give me enough stability, but not too much stability, and they feel like they have slightly more padding than my soft stars, which can be nice for longer walks outside. Another reason I always wear socks with the Lonos is because this material here has holes and is really stretchy, and this leather here with a seam can also catch on my toenails. And I have worn these without socks, and I could feel every now and then I would catch something around here with the pinky toe toenail, or my big toe toenail might snag a little bit, and I do not like the feeling of my toenail feeling like it might rip off. That's not a feeling I get with the soft stars because the leather just doesn't snag on my toenail the same way. I think because it's thicker and the hole size is smaller and the spacing just never creates a snag. The top of the shoe just kind of hugs the top of my foot, so there's never a time where there's a gap where my toenail can lift up and kind of snag. To be fair, that's not a problem that's unique to the LONO FLOW. I've noticed that with all my other athletic shoes, I just have to wear socks. Otherwise they stink or my toenails will catch on the inside, and that's just not fun. Now, the most interesting claim that I saw on the LONO FLOW website was that these shoes are actually better for the environment than other shoes because they are made of some sort of fancy biodegradable material that's supposed to fall apart quicker in oceans and also in landfills. Truth be told, I often feel guilty about how much waste I create in the world, and I'm not just talking about my videos. I actually end up feeling really guilty because I watch videos about landfills on YouTube with my 6-year-old son, and I see how much waste all of us create. So when I saw this claim about better biodegradability and I saw some of the documentation that they have from an independent lab, I thought, this is pretty cool. Now, I don't own my own landfill to run a biodegradability test on these shoes, but I do live near an ocean, so I went to get myself a bucket of ocean water and ran some tests here in my side yard. Well, my dirty feet also mean I get to test the washability of these shoes since I got a lot of sand. Stuck to me. I'm just gonna put the shoes back on and contain the sand to my shoes instead of getting it all over the car. See how it goes. So now we're just gonna wait. We'll have that one shoe in there, and then we'll have the one shoe that's not in there. So we'll be able to compare to see how much degradation we see from being submerged in salt water and getting sunlight for, well, I don't know. We'll just see how long this test goes. So it's now been 92 days, and let's go see what's happening in my bucket of water. I know that a bunch of it has actually dried out because it was out in the sun, and there's all kinds of stuff in there. What is that? It's crystallized. It's actually salt. So this is what happens when you leave ocean water in a bucket. Once all the water evaporates out, you get a bunch of salt, and you can even see there's salt crusted here on the bottom of the shoe. So taking a quick look at this shoe, which I've been wearing in the garage and at the gym, and this shoe, which has been sitting in ocean water, you can see that this one is not in great shape, but can you really tell that it's biodegrading? I'm not so sure. The report from Intertech said, a certain percentage degrades over that period of time, but, is that going to be visible to the naked eye? Probably not. I'm going to hose this off since it's so crusted with salt and see if that gives us a better view. So as you can see, there was a lot of sand also crusted on here. We've got some of that out. Here's the insole, still looks about the same, and everything else still looks about the same. There's no major degradation that I can see in the bottom or on the top. So I guess we can't really conclude anything either way about this biodegradability claim. I hope it's true, but from this quick little non-scientific tests, it's pretty hard to tell that anything has happened to this shoe in such a short period of time. So maybe we'll just throw this back in the bucket and give it some water and see what happens in another couple months, because, science. Since my biodegradability test isn't really that thorough, we probably need to leave it to some other channel to really test out this claim. Until then, you can choose to believe the claims or not. I would just note that if they're not as biodegradable as they claim, they're probably no worse than any other pair of shoes that you would buy, and they're a whole heck of a lot cheaper. So overall, I've been pleasantly surprised by these shoes. They're flexible, they're light, they're nimble, and they feel good, and at only $80, they're kind of a steal relative to other Barefoot shoes. They fit my feet well. I have kind of wide feet, and they fit me fine even when I'm using my toe socks. So as long as you're not something like a quadruple wide foot, you're probably gonna be fine. One note on sizing, I did order these in my normal size in US, European, and Japanese sizing, meaning all three of those numbers lined up for me correctly. So I ordered that size, and when I got them, they felt a little bit too tight on the side here. My pinky toe just felt like it was being smushed a little bit. So I thought, oh, that's no good. But over time, as I wore them a little bit, that top piece just kind of stretched out, this mesh piece just stretched out, and now they feel really good. I don't notice them, they don't bother me at all, and I can use them in the gym without any issue. As casual gym shoes, I think these are great, but I wouldn't recommend these for rope climbs or anything with high abrasion because you're probably gonna rip through a lot of this upper material pretty quickly. But if you're using these to run on the treadmill or do the stationary bike or just do some light resistance training, these are probably a good bet. If you found this review helpful and you feel like these would be a good fit for you, be sure to use my affiliate link you'll find in the description box to save 10% on your purchase of the LONO FLOWs. Somebody get me down from here safely. Oh my God, oh my God. Whew. For more reviews and videos to help you with your shoes, check these out here. Like, share, and subscribe with the bell notification on. And as always, I hope you remember that pain sucks, life shouldn't.